In this extraordinary and pivotal moment of your life, the heavens themselves are declaring a new season of supernatural intervention and miraculous breakthrough that will fundamentally transform every aspect of your existence. The struggles, hardships, and challenges that have defined your recent years are not permanent fixtures in your story, but temporary obstacles that are now being systematically dismantled by divine decree and heavenly intervention. Every tear you have shed in secret, every prayer whispered in desperation during sleepless nights, every moment of doubt about whether relief would ever come, every cry for help that seemed to echo unanswered in empty rooms has been recorded in the courts of heaven and is now being answered with overwhelming abundance and supernatural provision. The financial pressures that have kept you awake at night, causing you to toss and turn as you calculated and recalculated how to make ends meet, the relationships that seem beyond repair after years of misunderstanding and hurt, the dreams that appeared dead and buried beneath the weight of repeated disappointments and failed attempts, these are all being touched by supernatural power that specializes in resurrection, restoration, and the impossible becoming possible. Moreover, instead of the company you love being torn apart, you can become a conspicuous what human wisdom declares impossible and beyond hope, divine intervention makes inevitable and certain. The same awesome power that spoke galaxies into existence with mere words, that commanded light to shine in primordial darkness, that breathed life into dust and created humanity in divine image, is now speaking breakthrough into your circumstances with the same creative force and unstoppable authority. The voice that calmed raging storms and raised the dead is now commanding your situation to align with divine will and purpose for your life. Your current season of testing, trial, and tribulation has not been wasted or meaningless. Every difficult day has been developing character, building resilience, and preparing you for the weight of blessing that is about to be released upon your life. The pressure you have endured has been forming diamonds of faith that will shine as testimonies for generations to come, inspiring others who face similar challenges and demonstrating the faithfulness of divine love through impossible circumstances. Your perseverance during the dark seasons, your refusal to give up when everything seemed hopeless, your determination to maintain faith when circumstances screamed that divine intervention was impossible. All of this qualifies you for the extraordinary breakthroughs that are now approaching your life, like a mighty river breaking through a dam, breaking generational patterns of limitation and establishing new bloodline blessings. The cycles of lack, struggle, poverty, addiction, broken relationships, and systematic disappointment that have followed your family line for generations are being permanently broken and destroyed in your lifetime through supernatural intervention that goes back through your genealogical history to heal and restore what was damaged by previous generations. You are positioned as a generational cycle breaker, the pivotal person through whom divine favor flows to heal ancestral wounds and establish entirely new patterns of blessing that will benefit not only you, but your children, grandchildren, and their children for generations into the future. Generational curses of poverty that have kept your family trapped in cycles of financial struggle, addiction patterns that have destroyed lives and relationships across multiple generations, broken relationship dynamics that have prevented healthy love and partnership, failed dreams and aborted destinies that have characterized your family history. All of these negative patterns are being reversed and replaced with generational blessings of abundance, wholeness, healthy relationships, and fulfilled destinies that exceed anything your family has ever experienced. The spiritual agreements and demonic contracts that have given the enemy access to your family line for decades or even centuries are being canceled by divine authority, and new covenants of blessing, protection, and prosperity are being established that will guard and guide your family for generations to come. These new spiritual agreements ensure that the breakthrough you experience becomes the foundation for continued blessing rather than a temporary reprieve from generational struggles. Every negative pattern that has repeated in your family across generations is being interrupted by supernatural intervention that rewrites your family's spiritual DNA and destiny. Where there was a documented history of business failures and financial disaster, there will now be unprecedented success and prosperity that establishes your family as a source of economic stability and blessing in your community. Where relationships consistently ended in betrayal, heartbreak, divorce, and family fragmentation, there will now be covenant connections that bring lasting joy, fulfillment, and the healing of family wounds that seemed permanently damaged. Where health issues plagued previous generations, with chronic disease, mental illness, and premature death, there will now be divine health, emotional wholeness, and longevity that demonstrates supernatural preservation and blessing. The shame and disgrace that have followed your family name due to past mistakes, criminal behavior, moral failures, and public embarrassment are being replaced with honor, respect, and recognition for the miraculous transformation that divine intervention has produced. The reputation that was tarnished by past mistakes and family scandals is being restored, with interest establishing your family as an example of redemption and supernatural breakthrough. Your family will become known not for their historical struggles and failures, but for their miraculous turnaround and the unmistakable faithfulness of divine love demonstrated through their lives in ways that inspire others and give hope to families facing similar generational challenges. The acceleration of divine timing and supernatural speed. Time itself is being compressed and accelerated in your favor as divine intervention takes effect in every area of your life, causing what would normally require years or even decades of gradual progress to be accomplished in weeks and months through supernatural speed that defies natural laws and human understanding. The slow processes of natural development, relationship building, skill acquisition, and financial growth are being superseded by supernatural acceleration that accomplishes more in moments than human effort could achieve in lifetimes of dedicated work. This divine acceleration affects every domain of your existence in profound and measurable ways. Financial breakthrough that might typically take decades to achieve through careful savings, investment, and career advancement is manifesting rapidly through supernatural provision, unexpected windfalls, divine connections, and opportunities that appear seemingly out of nowhere but are actually orchestrated by heavenly intervention. Relationship healing that usually requires years of therapy, gradual reconciliation, and careful rebuilding of trust is happening through divine encounters, supernatural heart changes, and miraculous interventions that dissolve years of resentment and misunderstanding in moments of divine touching. Forgiveness that seemed impossible is flowing freely, and love that was declared dead is being resurrected with greater strength than before. Business ventures and entrepreneurial endeavors that normally need years to establish credibility, build customer bases, and achieve profitability are receiving divine favor that fast-tracks their success through supernatural connections, unexpected partnerships, and favor with customers and clients that defy market conditions and economic predictions. Educational achievements, skill development, and professional advancement are all being accelerated beyond normal timelines through supernatural wisdom that enhances learning capacity, divine connections that open doors typically requiring years of networking, and opportunities that bypass normal qualification requirements through divine favor and supernatural preparation. The legal matters that have dragged on for months or years, consuming time, energy, and financial resources while producing frustration and anxiety, are reaching swift resolution in your favor through divine intervention that influences judges, opposing parties, and circumstances in ways that produce favorable outcomes quickly and decisively. Medical conditions the doctors predicted would require long treatment periods, extensive rehabilitation, or might never fully heal are experiencing rapid healing through supernatural intervention that accelerates natural healing processes and produces medical miracles that astound healthcare professionals and provide undeniable testimony to divine power. Debt elimination that would normally take decades to accomplish through careful budgeting and sacrifice is being supernaturally accelerated through unexpected income sources. Debt forgiveness, inheritance, and financial blessings that remove the burden of debt and establish financial freedom years ahead of natural timelines. Supernatural provision and complete financial transformation. Your entire financial landscape is undergoing a complete and permanent transformation as supernatural provision flows into your life from sources you never anticipated, creating streams of income and blessing that operate according to heavenly economics rather than earthly limitations. The economy of heaven operates on principles of abundance, multiplication, and supernatural supply that are never affected by recession, inflation, market crashes, or any earthly economic condition. You are being connected to divine supply lines that never run dry, never experience shortage, and never fail to provide exactly what you need when you need it. These supernatural sources of provision operate beyond human understanding and natural explanation, providing resources through methods that demonstrate divine creativity and unlimited power to supply every need according to heavenly riches rather than earthly limitations. Bank accounts that have remained empty, overdrawn, or barely sufficient to meet basic needs are about to experience divine deposits that will leave bank employees amazed and unable to explain the sudden influx of funds that appears without traditional sources or expected transfers. These supernatural deposits represent divine intervention in your financial affairs that establishes abundance where there was lack. Debts that have felt insurmountable, overwhelming, and impossible to eliminate through normal means are being canceled through supernatural intervention that includes unexpected forgiveness from creditors who are moved by divine influence to release you from financial obligations. Inheritance from unknown or forgotten sources that provides exactly the amount needed to eliminate debt, and favor with financial institutions that results in debt erasure and fresh starts. Investment opportunities that previously seemed beyond your financial capacity due to lack of capital, knowledge, or connections are being presented with supernatural backing that provides not only the resources needed to participate, but also the wisdom and guidance necessary to make profitable decisions that multiply your investment many times over. Business ideas and entrepreneurial concepts are being downloaded into your consciousness through divine inspiration, complete with supernatural provision of the connections, funding, and expertise required to bring these ventures to successful fruition. Your mind is being filled with creative solutions to financial challenges that will not only meet your personal needs, but position you to create employment and blessing for others in your community. The poverty mindset and scarcity thinking that have limited your financial growth and kept you trapped in cycles of lack are being completely replaced with an abundance mentality that recognizes divine supply as unlimited and your access to that supply as guaranteed through divine covenant and promise, rather than human effort or worthiness. Fear-based decisions about money, financial anxiety that disrupts sleep and peace, and the stress of constant financial pressure are being healed as you learn to trust in divine provision rather than human security systems that can fail, disappoint, or prove inadequate during times of crisis or economic uncertainty. Your relationship with money is being transformed from anxiety, guilt, and scarcity to peace, stewardship, and recognition of financial resources as tools for blessing rather than sources of stress and competition. You are being taught divine principles of financial management that ensure sustained prosperity rather than temporary abundance that dissipates through poor management or lack of wisdom. Real estate opportunities are opening that will provide both immediate income through rental properties or business ventures and long-term wealth building through appreciation and equity development that establishes generational wealth for your family. These properties will be acquired through supernatural provision and divine favor that bypasses traditional financing limitations. Professional opportunities and career advancements are emerging that offer compensation packages far beyond your current level, including not only increased salary, but benefits, bonuses, profit sharing, and advancement opportunities that position you for continued financial growth and security throughout your career. Multiple streams of income are being established through various sources, including business ventures, investments, real estate, intellectual property, and other creative income sources that provide financial security and the ability to be generous toward others while maintaining your own prosperity and financial stability. Restoration of relationships and divine connections for life transformation. The isolation, loneliness, and relational disappointments that have marked your recent seasons and left you feeling disconnected from meaningful relationships are being completely healed as divine love flows through your life to restore broken connections and establish new covenant relationships that bring joy, fulfillment, and mutual blessing to all involved parties. Every relationship that ended in misunderstanding, betrayal, conflict, or seemingly irreconcilable differences is being touched by supernatural reconciliation that goes far beyond human forgiveness to achieve divine restoration that heals wounds, rebuilds trust, and establishes stronger bonds than existed before the conflict or separation occurred. Family members who have been estranged for years due to inheritance disputes, personality conflicts, moral disagreements, or accumulated hurts are being drawn back together through divine orchestration that softens hardened hearts, creates opportunities for healing conversations, and removes the pride and stubbornness that have prevented reconciliation despite the pain of separation. The walls of resentment, unforgiveness, and bitter memories that seemed permanently erected between you and those you love are being dissolved by supernatural love that melts even the hardest hearts and opens communication channels that have been closed for years through misunderstanding and hurt feelings. Former friends who walked away during your difficult seasons, abandoning you when you needed support most, are being reminded by divine influence of the value of your friendship and prompted to reach out for restoration, with humility and genuine desire to rebuild what was lost through their abandonment during your time of need. Business partners and professional colleagues who left during challenging times, taking opportunities or resources with them and leaving you to face difficulties alone, are being convicted about their decisions and moved by divine influence to make things right, through restoration of partnerships, compensation for losses, or new opportunities that exceed what was lost. Mentors, teachers, and spiritual leaders who withdrew their support during your struggles, perhaps due to disappointment or loss of confidence in your potential, are being stirred to re-engage with renewed commitment to your success and recognition of the value they can add to your journey toward breakthrough and fulfillment. New relationships are being strategically arranged and orchestrated by divine wisdom that will provide the love, support, encouragement, and partnership you have longed for but never experienced due to past disappointments and relational wounds that created barriers to deep connection and trust. Divine connections are being established with people who share your values, complement your gifts and abilities, and accelerate your purpose through synergistic partnerships that accomplish more together than either party could achieve alone, creating multiplication of effectiveness and impact. These supernatural relationships will prove to be covenant partnerships that provide mutual benefit, shared resources, emotional support during challenges, celebration during victories, and iron sharpening iron development that brings out the best in all parties involved. Romantic relationships that have been sources of pain, disappointment, and heartbreak due to betrayal, incompatibility, or unmet emotional needs are either being healed through supernatural intervention that transforms hearts and creates new levels of love and understanding, or being replaced by divine connections that bring the love, respect, partnership, and emotional fulfillment you deserve. Marriage relationships that seemed beyond hope due to years of accumulated hurt, broken trust, communication breakdown, or fundamental incompatibility are experiencing miraculous restoration as divine love heals wounds that seemed permanent, rebuilds trust that was completely destroyed, and creates new foundations for partnership that exceed the quality of the original relationship. Healing and restoration of physical health and emotional wholeness. Your physical body, which may have been compromised by stress, disease, injury, or the effects of difficult seasons, is being touched by the same supernatural power that is transforming your circumstances, bringing complete healing and restoration that affects every system, organ, and function to restore optimal health and vitality. Every area of compromised health, whether diagnosed medical conditions or chronic symptoms that have not been properly identified, is being restored to divine design and optimal function through supernatural healing that addresses not only obvious symptoms, but underlying root causes and systemic imbalances that have contributed to health problems. Chronic conditions that have persisted despite medical treatment, medications, and lifestyle changes are yielding to divine healing that addresses the spiritual, emotional, and physical components of illness simultaneously, providing comprehensive healing that medical science alone cannot accomplish. Pain that has been a constant companion for months or years, limiting your activities and affecting your quality of life, is being dissolved by supernatural touch that brings complete relief and restoration of normal function without the need for ongoing pain management or limitation of activities. Medical reports and test results that have contained negative diagnoses, discouraging prognosis, or predictions of progressive decline are being reversed as supernatural healing manifests in your body in ways that will be documented by follow-up testing and medical evaluation. Doctors and medical professionals who once delivered discouraging prognoses or limited treatment options are being amazed by inexplicable improvements that defy medical explanation and exceed the most optimistic expectations for recovery and restoration of health. Test results that previously showed disease markers, abnormal values, or declining function are changing dramatically as divine health manifests in every system of your body, producing normal values and optimal function that demonstrate complete healing and restoration. Your energy levels, which may have been depleted by stress, illness, or the emotional toll of difficult circumstances, are being restored to levels you haven't experienced in years, providing the vitality needed to fully engage in life and pursue your goals and dreams with enthusiasm and strength. Mental clarity and cognitive function, which may have been affected by stress, depression, anxiety, or physical health issues, are returning with enhanced sharpness as brain fog lifts and mental acuity improves beyond previous levels, providing the clear thinking needed for wise decisions and creative problem solving. Emotional stability and psychological health are being established as brain chemistry is balanced through divine intervention rather than dependence on pharmaceutical medications that may have side effects or limited effectiveness, providing natural emotional regulation and mental wellness. Sleep patterns that have been disrupted by anxiety, physical pain, or stress are being normalized as supernatural peace settles over your mind and body, allowing for deep, restorative sleep that provides complete rest and renewal of energy for daily activities and challenges. Digestive issues and gastrointestinal problems that may have been caused or aggravated by stress are being healed as anxiety dissolves and your body returns to optimal function in processing nutrition and eliminating toxins effectively. Immune system strength is being restored and enhanced as supernatural health builds resistance to disease and maintains wellness through divine protection that guards against illness and infection while promoting vitality and longevity. The aging process itself is being slowed and even reversed in some areas as divine life flows through your physical being, restoring youthful vitality, improving appearance, and providing energy levels that exceed what would be expected for your chronological age. Professional advancement and career breakthrough beyond expectations. Your professional life and career trajectory are being revolutionized through divine intervention as supernatural favor opens doors that human networking, education, or experience could never access, bypassing normal requirements and qualifications to position you in roles that utilize your full gifting and provide compensation that reflects your true value and potential. The career limitations that have frustrated your progress and kept you trapped in positions beneath your capabilities are being removed as supernatural promotion elevates you beyond your current level to positions of greater responsibility, influence, and compensation that align with your divine calling and purpose. Skills and abilities that have been underutilized, overlooked, or undervalued in previous positions are being recognized and rewarded by decision makers who suddenly see your true potential and are moved to create opportunities that showcase your talents and provide appropriate platforms for your gifts to flourish. Talents and capabilities that were dismissed or ignored by previous employers or supervisors are being highlighted in new opportunities that provide not only recognition, but also proper compensation and advancement opportunities that had been denied in previous positions due to politics, favoritism, or failure to recognize your value. Professional relationships that will accelerate your career and open doors to advancement are being divinely orchestrated through supernatural connections that bypass normal networking requirements and position you with influential people who can facilitate your progress and development. Mentors and sponsors who can guide your advancement and provide wisdom for navigating career challenges are being strategically placed in your path through divine appointment, bringing years of experience and influence to bear on your behalf in ways that accelerate your professional development. Your desire to dismantle semantic divisions has become a clear indication. Collaborators and partners who complement your skills and enhance your effectiveness are being connected to you for mutual benefit and shared success, creating synergistic relationships that accomplish more through partnership than either party could achieve independently. Industries and career fields that previously seemed closed to you due to lack of connections, education, or experience are opening their doors through supernatural favor that bypasses normal qualification requirements and provides access to opportunities that had seemed impossible to obtain. Educational opportunities that will enhance your professional credentials and standing are being provided through unexpected scholarships, grants, employer sponsorship, or benefactors who invest in your development without expectation of repayment or obligation. Leadership positions that utilize your natural gifts, acquired skills, and unique combination of experience are being prepared for you through divine orchestration that removes current occupants and creates openings specifically designed for your talents and calling. Your unique combination of experience, wisdom, character, and skills is being recognized by those who have the authority to promote and position you for greater influence and impact in your field, industry, or area of expertise. The fear, insecurity, and self-doubt that have held you back from pursuing advancement or applying for higher positions are being healed as confidence in your divine calling and supernatural backing grows through repeated demonstrations of divine favor and support. Imposter syndrome and feelings of inadequacy that have prevented you from pursuing opportunities commensurate with your abilities are being replaced with healthy recognition of your gifts, divine assignment, and the supernatural backing that guarantees your success in roles that align with your calling. Educational advancement and supernatural wisdom acquisition. Your intellectual capacity, learning ability, and access to educational opportunities are being supernaturally enhanced as divine wisdom flows into your consciousness, providing understanding that exceeds natural intelligence and opening doors to educational advancement that had seemed financially or academically impossible. Educational goals that seemed beyond reach due to financial limitations, time constraints, academic prerequisites, or age considerations are being made accessible through supernatural provision of resources, acceleration of learning, and removal of barriers that had prevented your advancement. Academic institutions that previously rejected your applications due to competition, insufficient qualifications, or other limiting factors are reconsidering their decisions through divine influence, or similar opportunities are opening at even better institutions that provide superior fits for your goals and calling. Scholarships, grants, and financial aid packages are being awarded that cover not only tuition costs, but also living expenses, books, equipment, and other educational necessities, allowing you to focus fully on your studies without the distraction and stress of financial pressure. The retention, comprehension, and learning abilities that may have been limited in previous educational experiences due to learning difficulties, time constraints, or lack of proper support are being enhanced through supernatural wisdom that accelerates learning and improves understanding beyond natural intellectual capacity. Complex concepts and advanced subject matter that previously seemed difficult to grasp are becoming clear as divine insight illuminates truth and provides understanding that goes beyond textbook knowledge to include practical application and creative innovation in your field of study. Research opportunities are opening that provide both educational advancement and financial support through assistantships, fellowships, and grants that fund your studies while providing valuable experience and professional development that enhances your qualifications and marketability. Teaching assistantships and mentorship roles are being offered that allow you to learn while contributing to others' education, providing income while developing leadership skills and establishing professional relationships that will benefit your career advancement. Publications and academic presentations are being accepted that establish your expertise and credibility in your field of study, creating recognition among peers and professionals that opens doors to further opportunities and career advancement. Professional certifications and credentials that will advance your career and increase your marketability are being obtained through accelerated programs that compress normal timelines without compromising quality or competency, providing qualifications quickly and efficiently. Training opportunities and continuing education programs are being provided by employers who recognize your potential and invest in your development as preparation for advancement and increased responsibility within their organizations. Wisdom that typically comes only through years of experience and trial and error learning is being imparted directly through divine download, supernatural encounters, and divinely orchestrated learning experiences that provide decades of insight in compressed timeframes. Creative expression and artistic breakthrough with divine inspiration. The creative gifts, artistic abilities, and innovative talents that have been dormant, underutilized, or frustrated by a lack of opportunity are being awakened and amplified as divine inspiration flows through your consciousness, producing artistic expression of extraordinary beauty, power, and impact that touches hearts and transforms lives. Whether your creative expression manifests through music, writing, visual arts, performing arts, design, innovation, or other creative mediums, supernatural creativity is being released that produces works that transcend natural ability and demonstrate divine inspiration and anointing that sets your work apart from ordinary artistic expression. Artistic projects that have been stalled due to lack of inspiration, creative blocks, insufficient resources, or lack of opportunity are being revived with fresh vision, supernatural inspiration, and divine provision for completion and successful presentation to appropriate audiences. The creative blocks, perfectionism, and artistic frustration that have prevented the flow of creative expression are being dissolved as divine inspiration flows freely through your consciousness, removing barriers and providing unlimited access to creative ideas and artistic vision. Platforms for sharing your creative work and artistic expression are being opened through supernatural connections with publishers, producers, gallery owners, agents, distributors, and other industry professionals who recognize the anointing and exceptional quality of your artistic expression. Markets and audiences for your creative work are being established that provide both personal fulfillment through appreciation of your art and financial reward that allows you to pursue your creative calling as a viable career rather than merely a hobby or secondary interest. Collaborations with other artists, creative professionals, and industry experts are being arranged that enhance your skills, expand your influence, and create works of greater impact than you could achieve alone, while providing learning opportunities and professional development. Mentorship relationships are being established with successful artists and creative professionals who invest in your development, share their expertise and connections, and open doors for your advancement in the creative industry. The fear of criticism, rejection, and failure that has paralyzed your creative expression and prevented you from sharing your work publicly is being healed as you receive divine assurance of your artistic calling and supernatural backing for your creative endeavors. Comparison with other artists and creative professionals that has created discouragement and self-doubt is being replaced with appreciation for your unique voice, style, and divine assignment in the creative realm that cannot be replicated or replaced by others. Awards, recognition, and critical acclaim for your artistic work are being prepared as divine favor highlights your contributions to the creative community and positions your work for broader recognition and influence. Income streams from your creative work are being established through multiple channels, including sales, licensing, commissions, teaching, and other revenue sources that provide financial stability and allow you to pursue your artistic calling without compromise. Spiritual growth and divine encounter experiences. Your spiritual life and relationship with the divine are being revolutionized as supernatural encounters with divine presence become regular, transformative experiences rather than rare exceptions, providing intimate communion with divine love that heals emotional wounds, restores spiritual vitality, and empowers supernatural living. The hunger for deeper spiritual connection and authentic relationship with the divine that has grown during difficult seasons is being satisfied through intimate communion that provides not only comfort and peace, but also wisdom, guidance, and supernatural empowerment for daily living and fulfilling your divine purpose. Religious traditions, practices, and beliefs that have felt empty, burdensome, or disconnected from real spiritual experience are being replaced with authentic spiritual encounters that bring life, joy, transformation, and genuine relationship with divine love rather than mere intellectual understanding or ritualistic observance. The performance-based spirituality that created exhaustion, guilt, and spiritual frustration through attempting to earn divine acceptance and blessing through human effort is being healed through revelation of unconditional divine love and acceptance that provides rest and freedom from spiritual striving. Spiritual gifts and supernatural abilities that may have been dormant, undeveloped, or suppressed due to fear, lack of understanding, or discouragement from others are being activated and developed through supernatural impartation and divinely orchestrated training experiences that prepare you for spiritual ministry and service. Prophetic insights, healing abilities, supernatural wisdom, and other spiritual gifts are being awakened and refined for both personal benefit and service to others, providing tools for blessing and ministry that demonstrate divine power and compassion through your life. Mentorship relationships with mature spiritual leaders and experienced practitioners are being established that provide guidance for your spiritual development, ministry calling, and the proper use of spiritual gifts and abilities in ways that honor divine purpose and bless others. Training opportunities in spiritual disciplines, ministry skills, and supernatural operation are being opened that prepare you for greater levels of spiritual influence and effectiveness in serving others and advancing divine purposes in the earth. The confusion, doubt, and spiritual uncertainty that may have plagued your spiritual journey due to conflicting teachings, disappointing experiences, or unanswered questions are being cleared through divine encounters that provide certainty about divine love, character, and purposes. Questions that have tormented your faith and created spiritual struggle are being answered through supernatural revelation, experiential knowledge of divine character, and encounters that provide understanding beyond intellectual comprehension or theological study. Opportunities for spiritual service and ministry are opening that utilize your unique gifts, life experiences, and supernatural abilities to bring healing and hope to others, while providing fulfillment of your divine calling and purpose. Your testimony of supernatural breakthrough and divine intervention is being prepared as a powerful tool for encouraging others and demonstrating divine faithfulness to those who are still waiting for their own breakthrough and spiritual transformation. Community impact and influence for social transformation. Your personal breakthrough and restoration are designed not only for individual blessing, but for community transformation, as your restored life becomes a source of hope, healing, and positive change for others in your sphere of influence, creating ripple effects that extend far beyond your immediate circle. The influence and platform being prepared for you will provide opportunities to impact your community in ways that bring lasting positive change, addressing systemic issues and providing solutions that improve conditions for multiple generations of residents and community members. Leadership roles in community organizations, civic groups, and social service agencies are opening that utilize your gifts, experience, and passion to address local needs and create positive change through programs, initiatives, and advocacy that make measurable differences in people's lives. Your voice and influence are being amplified through various platforms, including media appearances, speaking opportunities, published works, and social media presence that allow you to share wisdom, encouragement, and practical solutions with broader audiences. Philanthropic opportunities are being presented that allow you to address needs you have personally experienced and provide resources and support for others facing similar challenges, creating programs and services that fill gaps in existing community support systems. Your financial breakthrough includes overflow that is specifically designated for blessing others and addressing community needs through charitable giving, program funding, and resource provision that creates lasting positive impact. Mentorship opportunities are being arranged that allow you to guide others who are navigating challenges you have overcome, providing hope, practical guidance, and emotional support that accelerates their breakthrough and prevents them from making mistakes you learned to avoid. Business ventures and professional opportunities are being aligned that provide employment and economic development for your community, creating jobs and business opportunities that contribute to the overall prosperity and stability of your region. Educational initiatives and training programs are being birthed through your influence that address skill gaps and provide advancement opportunities for others in your community, creating pathways for economic and personal development. Your platform is being prepared to address systemic issues and advocate for positive changes that benefit marginalized populations, addressing injustice and creating opportunities for those who have been overlooked or disadvantaged by existing systems. Legacy building and generational impact for future prosperity. The breakthrough being released in your life extends far beyond meeting immediate needs to establish a legacy of faith, prosperity, and blessing that will benefit generations to come, creating foundations that your children, grandchildren, and their descendants will build upon for decades into the future. Your children and grandchildren will walk in the overflow of the breakthrough being released today, inheriting not only material blessings, but also spiritual foundation, character development, and faith that will sustain them through their own challenges and position them for continued breakthrough. End quote. Your testimony and life story will inspire family members for decades into the future, providing hope during difficult seasons and demonstrating that breakthrough is possible, even when circumstances seem impossible and solutions appear to be beyond reach. Generational wealth is being established through the financial breakthrough in your life, providing security and opportunity for future generations through investments, real estate, business ventures, and other assets that appreciate over time and create ongoing income streams. Investment opportunities and asset accumulation are being supernaturally arranged that build long-term wealth rather than merely meeting immediate needs, creating financial foundations that support family prosperity for multiple generations. Educational trusts and scholarship funds are being established that ensure future generations have access to quality education and professional development without the burden of student debt or financial limitation that might otherwise prevent educational advancement. The wisdom and life lessons learned through your breakthrough season are being documented and preserved as guidance for family members who will face their own challenges, providing proven strategies and spiritual principles that ensure continued blessing. Family traditions and spiritual practices are being established that maintain the spiritual foundation responsible for your breakthrough and ensure that future generations understand the source of their blessings and maintain relationship with divine provision. Business enterprises and professional achievements in your life create platforms and opportunities for family members to build upon and expand, providing ongoing opportunities for employment, advancement, and continued prosperity. The networks and relationships being established through your breakthrough provide connections and opportunities for future generations, creating access to resources, mentorship, and opportunities that might not otherwise be available. The character development and spiritual maturity gained through your challenging seasons become wisdom deposits that benefit your children and provide guidance for their own life journeys, helping them avoid pitfalls and navigate challenges successfully. Your example of perseverance and faith becomes a family legacy that encourages future generations to maintain hope during their own difficult seasons and trust in divine faithfulness, even when circumstances seem discouraging. Divine protection and spiritual warfare, victory over all opposition. The supernatural breakthrough in your life is accompanied by comprehensive divine protection that shields you from spiritual attacks, demonic interference, and enemy schemes designed to steal, kill, or destroy the blessings being released and the progress being made in every area of your life. Every scheme, plot, and strategy of spiritual opposition is being exposed and dismantled before it can achieve its destructive purpose, protecting not only your breakthrough but also your family, resources, and future opportunities from satanic interference and demonic attack. Spiritual weapons that have been formed against you through witchcraft, curses, negative words, and demonic assignment are not just being rendered ineffective, but are being turned into stepping stones for your advancement and platforms for demonstrating divine power and faithfulness. The very attacks designed to destroy you are being converted into testimonies of divine protection and supernatural intervention that inspire others and demonstrate that no weapon formed against divine purpose can succeed when backed by heavenly authority. Generational spirits and familial demons that have operated against your family line for decades or centuries are being permanently evicted and barred from future access to your family through divine decree and spiritual warfare that closes every legal door and entrance point. Spiritual agreements and demonic contracts that have given enemy forces legal rights to operate in your life through past involvement in occult practices, generational sin, or spiritual compromise are being canceled by divine authority and replaced with covenants of blessing and protection. The spiritual discernment and warfare skills needed to maintain your breakthrough and protect your family from future spiritual attacks are being developed through supernatural training, spiritual impartation, and practical experience that equips you for ongoing victory. You are being equipped not only to receive blessing but to protect and maintain it against future spiritual attacks. Through understanding of spiritual authority, proper use of spiritual weapons, and recognition of enemy tactics and strategies, angelic assignments are being activated over your life, family, properties, and possessions that provide 24/7 supernatural protection and intervention, creating a hedge of divine protection that prevents enemy access and interference. Please note that any hedge that prevents enemy access and these divine messengers are tasked with opening doors of opportunity, providing supernatural resources, arranging divine connections, and removing obstacles that would hinder your continued breakthrough and spiritual advancement. The fear and anxiety that spiritual warfare has produced in the past through attacks, oppression, and interference are being replaced with confidence in divine protection and your own spiritual authority over demonic forces that must yield to divine power. Your identity as a victorious believer is being firmly established, replacing victim mentality with victor consciousness that recognizes your position in divine authority and your right to live in blessing and freedom from enemy interference. Conclusion: walking in sustained victory and continued breakthrough. Your season of supernatural breakthrough is not a temporary experience or momentary relief from struggle, but the beginning of a completely new lifestyle characterized by divine favor, supernatural provision, continuous victory, and ongoing demonstration of divine faithfulness that becomes your new normal. The breakthrough being released establishes new baseline patterns of blessing that become the foundation for even greater blessings in the future, creating upward momentum that continues throughout your lifetime and extends into the lives of future generations. The faith that has been developed through your testing season now becomes the platform for believing for even greater impossibilities and more extraordinary demonstrations of divine power that exceed anything you have previously experienced or imagined possible. Your testimony of breakthrough becomes a catalyst for others' faith and a weapon against discouragement and doubt that provides hope for those who are still waiting for their own breakthrough, and demonstrates that divine intervention is available to all who maintain faith. Your life becomes a living demonstration that divine intervention is real, supernatural breakthrough is possible, and no situation is too difficult for divine resolution, providing hope and encouragement to countless others who face similar challenges. Your story provides practical evidence that divine faithfulness extends to every person who maintains faith during difficult seasons and refuses to give up despite circumstances that seem to contradict divine promises and purposes. The wisdom gained through your breakthrough season equips you to help others navigate their own challenges and positions you as a source of encouragement and practical guidance for those who are still in the process of believing for their own breakthrough. Your experience becomes a bridge of hope for others crossing their own valleys of difficulty, providing tangible proof that divine intervention is not only possible, but certain for those who maintain faith and refuse to surrender to discouragement. The overflow of blessing in your life creates opportunities to be a blessing to others, establishing you as a channel of divine goodness that brings transformation to everyone you encounter, creating ripple effects of positive change that extend far beyond your immediate sphere of influence. Your breakthrough becomes the beginning of breakthrough for others as divine favor spreads through your influence and testimony, creating a contagious atmosphere of faith and expectation that inspires others to believe for their own impossible situations to be resolved through supernatural intervention. Your future is now established on the unshakable foundation of divine faithfulness, demonstrated through supernatural breakthrough that has been documented and witnessed by others, providing absolute confidence in divine love and provision, regardless of future challenges or obstacles. Every promise yet to be fulfilled has been guaranteed by the promises already manifested in your life, creating a track record of divine faithfulness that eliminates doubt and establishes certainty about future blessings and continued breakthrough. Your confidence in divine love and provision is now unshakable, providing peace and security regardless of future challenges, because you have experiential knowledge of divine faithfulness rather than merely intellectual understanding or theoretical belief. You walk forward into your destiny, knowing that you carry divine favor, supernatural backing, and the guarantee of continued breakthrough in every area of your life, creating boldness and confidence that allows you to take risks and pursue opportunities without fear of failure. Your story of supernatural intervention continues to unfold with even greater demonstrations of divine power and blessing that astound you and inspire others for generations to come, creating a legacy of faith and breakthrough that impacts countless lives. The multiplication effect of your testimony and breakthrough. The supernatural breakthrough manifesting in your life is designed with multiplication in mind, creating exponential impact that extends far beyond your personal transformation to influence families, communities, and even nations through the ripple effects of divine intervention demonstrated through your circumstances and testimony. Your story of impossible situations being resolved through supernatural intervention becomes a catalyst for faith in others who have been tempted to give up on their own dreams and divine promises, reigniting hope in hearts that had grown cold with disappointment and discouragement. The documented evidence of divine intervention in your circumstances provides ammunition against doubt and unbelief for countless others who are struggling to maintain faith during their own challenging seasons, offering concrete proof that divine power still operates in supernatural ways. Business leaders and entrepreneurs will be inspired by your financial breakthrough to trust divine wisdom in their own ventures, creating a network of faith-based businesses that operate according to kingdom principles and create employment and prosperity for entire communities. Families that have been trapped in generational cycles of poverty, addiction, and dysfunction will find hope through your testimony of generational breakthrough, inspiring them to believe for their own family transformation and take steps toward breaking negative patterns that have persisted for decades. Your restored relationships will provide a template for others to believe for healing in their own broken family dynamics, demonstrating that even the most damaged relationships can be restored through divine intervention and supernatural love that overcomes years of hurt and misunderstanding. The creative breakthrough and artistic inspiration flowing through your life will inspire other artists and creative individuals to pursue their own divine calling without fear of financial insecurity or lack of opportunity, creating a renaissance of inspired creative expression. The result? Greater creativity, inspiration, and opportunity to blossom in spirit, creativity, and higher forms of inspiration. Your educational advancement and supernatural wisdom acquisition will motivate others to pursue their own learning goals and trust divine provision for resources and opportunities they previously thought were beyond their reach or financial capacity. The community impact and social transformation resulting from your breakthrough will provide a model for other communities to address their own challenges through faith-based solutions that combine practical action with supernatural intervention and divine wisdom. The prophetic significance of your breakthrough timing. The timing of your breakthrough is not coincidental but prophetically significant, representing a shift in divine strategy and heavenly focus that affects not only your personal circumstances, but also broader spiritual and social transformations that are being released across communities and nations. Your breakthrough serves as a prototype and demonstration of divine intervention that signals the beginning of a larger movement of supernatural provision, healing, and restoration that will affect countless individuals and families who have been waiting for their own seasons of breakthrough and divine intervention. The specific challenges you have overcome through supernatural intervention represent common struggles that affect millions of people, making your testimony relevant and applicable to vast numbers of individuals who face similar circumstances and need hope that breakthrough is possible. Your story becomes prophetic declaration that divine intervention is not limited to biblical times or extraordinary individuals, but is available to ordinary people facing everyday challenges when they maintain faith and refuse to accept defeat as their final destination. The supernatural speed and completeness of your breakthrough demonstrates divine ability to accomplish in moments what human effort could never achieve in lifetimes, providing hope for others who feel overwhelmed by the magnitude of their challenges or the time required for natural solutions. Your breakthrough comes at a time when faith and hope are desperately needed in a world filled with economic uncertainty, social unrest, family breakdown, and spiritual confusion, providing a beacon of hope that divine love and power are still active and available. The multi-generational impact of your breakthrough represents divine investment in the future, demonstrating that current breakthrough is designed to create foundations for continued blessing and transformation that will benefit communities and families for decades to come. Your testimony will be strategically shared at crucial moments when others need hope most desperately, providing divine encouragement at exactly the right time to prevent others from giving up on their dreams and divine promises. The stewardship responsibility of supernatural breakthrough. With the supernatural breakthrough and abundance being released in your life, comes divine responsibility for stewardship that ensures continued blessing while creating opportunities to be a blessing to others who are still waiting for their own breakthrough experiences. Your financial breakthrough includes divine wisdom for proper management that protects and multiplies resources rather than allowing abundance to be dissipated through poor decisions or lack of understanding about biblical principles of financial stewardship and wealth building. The relationships being restored and established in your life carry responsibility for maintaining healthy boundaries, practicing forgiveness, and creating environments that encourage mutual growth and support rather than codependency or unhealthy relationship dynamics. Your professional advancement comes with opportunities to influence workplace culture, create employment for others, and demonstrate kingdom principles in business and professional relationships that reflect divine character and values in secular environments. The creative breakthrough and artistic inspiration flowing through your life creates responsibility to use your platform and influence to inspire others, address social issues, and create works that bring beauty, hope, and positive transformation to the world. Your educational advancement and increased wisdom carry obligation to share knowledge with others, mentor those who are beginning their own learning journeys, and use your expanded understanding to solve problems and create solutions that benefit others. The community influence and social impact resulting from your breakthrough create opportunities to address systemic issues, advocate for those who cannot speak for themselves, and create programs and initiatives that provide lasting positive change. Your spiritual growth and supernatural experiences come with responsibility to encourage others in their faith journeys, share wisdom gained through divine encounter, and demonstrate the reality of divine love through your character and actions. The generational impact of your breakthrough requires intentional investment in the next generation through education, mentorship, and the establishment of systems and resources that ensure continued blessing for your descendants and their communities. The supernatural maintenance of your breakthrough. Divine wisdom is being imparted to ensure that your breakthrough is not only achieved but maintained and multiplied throughout your lifetime, protecting against the common pitfalls that can cause people to lose what they have gained through supernatural intervention. Spiritual disciplines and practices are being established that maintain your connection to divine source and ensure continued flow of wisdom, guidance, and supernatural provision that sustains breakthrough rather than allowing it to diminish through neglect or spiritual complacency. Financial education and stewardship principles are being integrated into your breakthrough that protect against poor investment decisions, unwise spending, and financial vulnerability that could compromise the security being established through supernatural provision. Relationship skills and emotional intelligence are being developed that maintain the health of restored relationships and ensure that new connections continue to be sources of blessing rather than becoming sources of stress, conflict, or disappointment. Professional development and continued learning are being facilitated that ensure your career advancement continues beyond initial breakthrough to create sustained success and continued growth in influence and effectiveness. Health and wellness practices are being established that maintain the physical healing and vitality being released, preventing the return of previous health issues and promoting continued wellness and longevity. Creative inspiration and artistic development continue to flow as divine connection is maintained, ensuring that creative breakthrough leads to sustained productivity and continued excellence in artistic expression, rather than temporary bursts of inspiration. Community relationships and social impact are being structured to create lasting positive change rather than temporary improvement, establishing systems and programs that continue to benefit others long after initial intervention. Spiritual maturity and character development continue through ongoing divine encounter and practical application of spiritual principles that ensure continued growth and effectiveness in ministry and service to others. The eternal perspective of temporal breakthrough. While your breakthrough addresses immediate needs and temporal circumstances, it is ultimately designed to fulfill eternal purposes that extend far beyond earthly benefits to impact spiritual destinies and eternal rewards for both yourself and those influenced by your testimony. Your financial breakthrough provides resources not only for earthly security and comfort, but also for eternal investment through generous giving, kingdom advancement, and support of ministries and programs that impact spiritual destinies and eternal outcomes. The relationships being restored and established create opportunities for mutual spiritual growth and encouragement that affect eternal destinies, as people are influenced toward faith, hope, and spiritual transformation through your testimony and example. Your professional platform and influence create opportunities to demonstrate divine character and values in secular environments, potentially influencing colleagues and business associates toward spiritual transformation and eternal relationship with divine love. The creative works and artistic expression flowing through your life have potential to touch hearts and inspire spiritual searching in audiences who might never be reached through traditional ministry or religious expression, creating eternal impact through beauty and inspiration. Your educational advancement and increased wisdom position you to influence others toward truth, wisdom, and spiritual understanding that affects their life choices and potentially their eternal destinies through the knowledge and perspective you share. The community impact and social transformation resulting from your breakthrough create environments that are more conducive to spiritual growth and divine encounter, potentially affecting the eternal destinies of community members through improved conditions and increased hope. Your testimony of supernatural breakthrough provides evidence of divine reality and love that influences others toward faith and spiritual transformation, creating eternal impact through the hope and encouragement your story provides to those who are searching for meaning and purpose. The generational blessing established through your breakthrough creates spiritual foundations that influence the faith and spiritual development of future generations, potentially affecting the eternal destinies of descendants who benefit from your faithfulness and breakthrough. The global impact of individual breakthrough. Your personal breakthrough is connected to a larger movement of divine intervention that is affecting individuals and communities around the world, creating a global network of testimonies that demonstrate divine faithfulness and inspire hope in every nation and culture. The principles and strategies that produce breakthrough in your life are being simultaneously applied in the lives of individuals in every nation, creating a worldwide demonstration of divine power and love that transcends cultural, economic, and political boundaries. Your testimony becomes part of a global collection of breakthrough stories that collectively provide undeniable evidence of divine intervention and supernatural provision that affects international perspectives on faith, hope, and the reality of divine love. The economic breakthrough in your life contributes to broader economic healing and stability as multiple individuals experience financial transformation that creates employment, stimulates economic activity, and provides resources for addressing global challenges and needs. The relational healing and family restoration in your life contributes to social healing and stability as healthy families create stronger communities that in turn create more stable nations and international relationships based on mutual respect and cooperation. Your educational advancement and increased wisdom contribute to the global pool of knowledge and understanding that addresses worldwide challenges and creates solutions for problems that affect multiple nations and cultures. The creative breakthrough and artistic inspiration in your life contributes to a renaissance of inspired creative expression that brings beauty, hope, and positive transformation to communities around the world through various forms of artistic and creative media. Your spiritual growth and divine encounter experiences contribute to a global awakening and spiritual revival that brings hope, healing, and transformation to individuals and communities in every nation and cultural context. The community impact and social transformation resulting from your breakthrough provides a model and inspiration for communities worldwide to address their own challenges through faith-based solutions that combine practical action with supernatural intervention. Final declaration of sustained victory and continued blessing. Your breakthrough is now complete, established, and guaranteed to continue throughout your lifetime and extend into the lives of future generations through the supernatural intervention that has transformed every area of your existence and created foundations for continued blessing and victory. You are now walking in sustained victory that cannot be reversed by circumstances, economic conditions, political changes, or any other earthly factor, because your breakthrough is founded on divine faithfulness rather than human systems or natural conditions that can fluctuate. Your financial security is now established on supernatural supply that never runs dry, never fails to provide, and never leaves you lacking regardless of economic conditions or market fluctuations, because your source is divine abundance rather than earthly systems. Your relationships are now founded on divine love and supernatural healing that continues to grow stronger and more blessed over time, creating family dynamics and friendships that bring joy, support, and mutual blessing throughout your lifetime. Your professional success is now guaranteed through divine favor that opens doors, creates opportunities, and ensures continued advancement regardless of competition or changing market conditions, because your promotion comes from divine source rather than human networking. Your health and vitality are now maintained through supernatural life that flows through your body, preventing disease, maintaining optimal function, and providing energy and strength for fulfilling your divine purpose throughout a long and productive lifetime. Your creative expression and artistic breakthrough continue to flow through divine inspiration that never runs dry, providing unlimited creativity and artistic vision that produces works of increasing beauty, power, and influence throughout your lifetime. Your spiritual growth and divine relationship continue to deepen and strengthen through ongoing encounter and revelation that provides wisdom, guidance, and supernatural empowerment for every challenge and opportunity throughout your journey. Your community impact and global influence continue to expand as your testimony inspires others and your platform grows to reach increasing numbers of people who need hope, encouragement, and practical demonstration that breakthrough is possible. Your legacy is now secured through the generational blessing that extends your breakthrough into the lives of children, grandchildren, and their descendants, creating a family heritage of faith, prosperity, and divine favor that continues for generations. You now walk in the full confidence of divine love, supernatural backing, and guaranteed breakthrough in every area of your life, knowing that your story of transformation continues to unfold with even greater demonstrations of divine power and blessing that astound you and inspire others throughout your lifetime and beyond. Chat controls, Sonnet 4.